Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, March the 5th. I'm Jimmy Prince for the details. The most recent statistics reveal that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has 746 confirmed cases of HIV/AIDS. The stats were presented by Clinical Care Coordinator of HIV/AIDS, Dr. Jose at a lecture last evening at the Methodist Church Hall. It was organized by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment. In providing an overview of the current HIV/AIDS situation in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Davies says since St. Vincent and the Grenadines recorded its first case of the disease in 1984, the stats as of December 2014 show there is now an accumulative total of 1,431 persons diagnosed with AIDS with 685 deaths.
This gives us a prevalence of roughly 0.7%. Last year, we had a total of 65 new cases. That is 65 persons going to have an HIV test. This is a little, I know people like graphs, so I put graphs for you to watch. This is a distribution of our male-female ratio. Here you can see that the females are less than the males. This ratio is 61 to 39%. Okay? So male, 61, females, 39. That adds up to 100, great?
Dr. Davies says currently there are 8 children under the age of 15 living with AIDS, whom she says contracted the disease from their mothers.
The most affected age group would be your 30 to 34, but if you want to broaden it a little, it would be your 20 to 49. This is our working force, so it is something of concern. My oldest patient is going to turn 81 this year. When we speak of HIV and pregnancy, in 2014 there were 15 pregnancies, as in women having HIV and being pregnant. There were 15 of them. 13 of them delivered, and there were 2 miscarriages. 13 of them took antiretrovirals, partly or fully, during their pregnancy. 5 of these ladies, they were found to be HIV positive during their pregnancy, and this is thanks to our good antenatal screens, where we should do 2 tests in pregnancy. 9 of those cases were known cases, as in we knew that they were HIV positive before they became pregnant, and 6 of these pregnancies were repeat pregnancies, as in they had multiple pregnancies after being diagnosed with HIV.
The theme of the lecture was a fresh look at antiretroviral therapy for HIV/AIDS, and the director of the HIV/AIDS unit, Ferosa Roach, says antiretroviral can prevent HIV/AIDS related morbidity and mortality.
It is well established that antiretroviral treatment can prevent HIV/AIDS related morbidity and mortality in HIV infected individuals. Studies conducted and published confirm that antiretroviral treatment and an undetectable plasma viral load can virtually eliminate the risk for transmission of HIV to sexual partners. In short, antiretroviral treatment is prevention. For persons already infected with HIV, antiretroviral prevents disease progression and death. For those recently exposed to HIV and for those at risk for HIV infection, post-exposure prophylaxis prevent the establishment of infection.
Meanwhile, consultant Dr. Del Hamilton says while Vincentians continue to be bombarded by HIV prevention messages, the country is still facing a number of challenges as it relates to the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Dr. Hamilton says though HIV testing is widely available and accessible, there are still Vincentians who suspect they may be HIV positive but refuse to be tested.
In spite of the availability of antiretroviral treatment free of charge, there are Vincentians who know that they are living with HIV and refuse to be treated and managed by the professionals. Also, there are patients who start accessing care and treatment services and drop out of clinic completely, or who do not take their medication as prescribed. Notwithstanding the plethora of information and tools available to prevent the transmission of HIV, there are Vincentians who continue to practice unsafe sex. Some young people still get involved in sex at an early age. Others still continue to have multiple sexual partners without the consistent use of condoms. Sometimes I wonder if it is realistic to expect that everyone will do what is necessary to prevent the transmission of HIV.
In other news, a cooperation agreement has been signed for the implementation of a soil fertility mapping project here. The agreement was signed following discussions between the Ministry of Agriculture and the Moroccan Agricultural Technical Team. The project consists of 8 work packages and includes technical and human capacity building within the Ministry of Agriculture as it relates to crop nutrients management. Farmers and extension officers will be able to address the challenges associated with soil fertility, namely the use and the management of fertilizers for sustainable crop production. According to Renato Gomes, the Deputy Chief Agricultural Officer, the project enables the Ministry of Agriculture to match the cropping system with the fertility status in a particular area. He says they intend to do about 3,600 soil samples throughout the country and test them for the physical and the chemical properties. The project will be undertaken over a 4-year period, including training in soil testing in Morocco. The graduate teacher who was on Monday charged with 2 counts of obscene publications allegedly made on a post on Facebook has been suspended with half pay. According to reports, Josette Bibi was suspended by the Public Service Commission in light of the criminal proceedings which have been brought against her. Bibi, who is on station bail, was also asked not to leave the state without the permission of the commission. She is expected to return to court on March 17th for the start of the trial. The Peace Memorial Hall, which will come alive tomorrow night, has been sanctioned musicians and aspiring artists gather for the SVG-AMP Awards. The awards ceremony seeks to promote and recognize musicians and artists alike for their contribution to Vincentian music throughout the past year. Speaking to SVG-TV earlier today, Vincentian recording hip-hop artist, rapper Prez says he feels honored just to be nominated for 3 AMP awards.
I was nominated in 3 different categories. The first one being Best Vocal Collaboration for the song Talk About Me, that was done with myself, Young Quince, and Carice Glasgow. We were also nominated for Best Video, Best Music Video. Same song, Talk About Me, again with Young Quince and Carice Glasgow. And I was nominated in the Best Hip Hop Single of the Year for 2 songs, actually, for Talk About Me and What You're Here For. So that was amazing to be nominated that many times, especially in St. Vincent for hip hop. Definitely, just say, you know what I mean, I thank them and I appreciate them for acknowledging, my talent, but not just on my talent, just the talent on the hip hop level for St. Vincent as a whole. Because for so many years, the hip hop scene has been dormant, and for this breakthrough to happen starting last year at the first AMP Awards, for this to happen so quickly, and for hip hop to be growing so fast in St. Vincent, I just think it's a phenomenal thing, and I just want to thank them so much for this acknowledging, my talent and what I bring to the table. It's just the beginning, I'm sure.
Another artist with 3 nominations is Rodney Small. Small, who won an AMP award last year, says since his win, many doors have been opened for him to advance his career.
I got 3 nominations. There are Musician of the Year, which I won last year, Entertainer of the Year, and Best Live Band, Rodney Small and the Ultimate Band.
So how do you feel about your chances of winning?
Well, it's a great feeling, because whatever you give out is what you get back, and I believe that hard works bring good success, and I believe that Rodney Small and Team RS has been doing a tremendous job. Yes, we could call it a benefit, but I also see it as a big privilege, because being in music for the past 19 years, this has been the first time that me as a musician has been recognized on a national level, and some of the benefits is that other young musicians, aspiring musicians, could see that at one given time, at one point in time, I could also be recognized. So I'm going to work hard enough to help to build Vincentian music, so then one day I could be recognized. And also along with the benefit is that being recognized, people get to see you, get to hire you, want to book you, want to work with you. So that was also one of the major benefits from winning that award.
A motor vehicle accident in the Mount Gwinnett area this morning claimed the life of a 20-year-old port clerk. Reports are Keisha Henson of South Rivers died on the spot when the Ford Explorer Jeep she was traveling in overturned in Mount Gwinnett. As we hear in this report from Sharon Garaway, her family, co-workers and friends are now trying to come to grips with her death.
Surrounded by family and friends, mother of Keisha Henson is trying her best to stay strong despite the death of her firstborn and only daughter. She recalled that she was about to fry some chicken for breakfast when someone told her that her daughter was in a fatal vehicular accident. Henson was also informed that the Ford Explorer Jeep P1884, driven by her daughter's boyfriend, Philon Rodney, overturned at Mount Gwinnett on her way to work.
She was everything in me home. Stepfather not working, me not working. She will try she best to make the home happy. She do all things to make the players happy.
Keisha's father remembers a daughter who was dutiful and who loved her family and friends, but mostly her 8-year-old son. Keisha's boss, Chief Executive Officer at the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Port Authority, Bishon John, who gathered with some other co-workers at her home, said they had to be there to show solidarity with the family.
Well, obviously it's a very sad day for everyone in the Port Authority. Keisha has been affectionate in her house. A very cheerful person, always want to make us laugh. She has been a great contributor to everything in the port, from work-wise to being part of our softball cricket team, domino team. She would be definitely missed, and we're just here today to show our solidarity and support with the family, and we would miss Keisha.
Friends spoke of Keisha as being a young lady who represented the country locally and regionally at softball cricket and was a lover of dominoes. They said she also loved karaoke, and her favorite song was by Vince Gill, Whenever You Come Around.
She was friendly, she was nice, especially she free-handed everything, and even though you and she having anything, she'll come and tell her she's sorry, and in her mind. Never know, I'm a bad person.
Sometimes she cook, she call me, she says, Sister Debbie, come here with some food. And it was very good, and she is a very good girl.
I come here and see her mother crying. She was a nice girl. Not too good for she give you, but don't get she vex.
A person who lived life to the fullest is how loved ones want to remember Keisha. They said her life reminds them that they should never take the opportunities of life and the loved ones they have for granted. Sharon Garaway, SVG-TV News.
Some news on traffic now. Traffic Court Prosecutor Corporal Wendell Corridon has raised the concern over the number of persons who are driving on the streets of this country without valid driver's permit. He raised this concern on Wednesday morning during the sitting of the traffic court when several persons who were charged for various traffic offences appeared before acting Senior Magistrate Carla James. Corporal Corridon said when persons drive on the streets without the relevant permits, they risk serious consequences should they become involved in an accident. The prosecutor made several applications to the court to have the offender's licenses disqualified from holding or obtaining a license for a period of time. Police are investigating the circumstances under which a house in Carrera was gutted by fire yesterday. The 3-bedroom house owned and occupied by Mrs. Nora Brown and her family went up in flames shortly after 11 a.m. yesterday. No one was inside the house at the time. According to reports, a fire tender responded and was able to put out the fire just after 2:30 p.m. In more news now, after 35 years of providing early childhood service to the public, the Calico Preschool celebrates its anniversary today. Speaking to SVG Television, supervisor and owner of the school, Leslie Young, says she is very proud to be able to participate in shaping the young minds of this country.
I'm feeling happy and feel proud. Thank the Almighty for bringing me thus far, because over the years we have children, all different kind of children come into contact with you. Some of them you have to train them, which is our motto. We love train and care, and we try to train them. There are those who came in real with some behavior, and I try to train them, and the parents thank me very much for them. And they have reached so far. Some of them I meet them in the street and they still call me niece, or they call me auntie, and they show respect for me. And we was in Calico, but we were here temporarily, hopefully to move back over. But I'm happy. I love the job, not for the love of money, but just for the love of children.
Some of the parents who are at the school for the celebrations spoke highly of the preschool services.
My daughter goes to this preschool, which is the Calico preschool, and I think the preschool, it's very good. I have no problem with the school. The students, they learn very well. They are intelligent, they're smart, and that's what I like to see, that you move into a bigger space so that more children can come to the preschool, because Teacher Leslie is a good teacher and the school is very good.
My son, he used to attend this preschool. He's now in primary, and I never regret sending him here. And ever since, been getting good remarks from school, and also from here I used to get, so I never regret sending him here. I'd like to wish the Calico Preschool happy 35th anniversary, and hope that she'll be here to carry it another 35 years, and maybe might have another child to come here.
I like to say to the public, especially Calico and the surroundings, I want to thank them very much for being there for me, the present and past parents, and those from all over, because sometimes we get children from all as far as South Rivers and Byron. I want to congratulate you all to SVG-TV, because we always celebrate in the same week and the same month.